Your daughter can skip. This party's for our grandkids, Mom said, blocking the door while my sister's twins ran inside with wrapped gifts. I didn't argue. I just handed her an envelope. Happy birthday. Open it later. My mom had her hand on the doorframe like a bouncer. Not even joking. Palm flat. Shoulder angled. Smile locked in. Behind her, the living room was loud. Balloons. Paper plates. That weird mix of crock-pot meatballs and scented candles that always made my head hurt. My sister's twins ran past in matching sweaters, each clutching a gift bag like they were late for the Oscars. Mom didn't look at me. She looked over my shoulder. At the little girl holding my hand. Your daughter can skip, she said again, like she was offering a polite alternative menu. This party's for our grandkids. My kid blinked up at her. She was 9. She had a neat braid, a cardigan she picked herself, and a gift she was proud of. One of those self-care kits from Target. She'd heard my mom say the word self-care once and decided it meant grown-up fancy. I felt the squeeze in my chest first. That familiar tightening. Then the instinct kicked in. Smooth it over. Make it easier. Don't ruin the moment. I didn't do any of that. I nodded once. Okay. My mom's smile twitched. Just for a second. Like my agreement wasn't the line she expected me to read. My sister Tara appeared behind her with a glass of wine, and that look she always wore when she thought she was winning. Chin up. Eyes bright. Performance ready. Oh, good, she said. I was worried you'd make it weird. I almost laughed. Almost. Instead, I reached into my coat pocket and pulled out a plain manila envelope. No label. No ribbon. No dramatic stamp. Just my handwriting on the flap. Happy birthday. Open it later. I held it out to my mom. For you, I said. She took it with 2 fingers, like it might be oily. What is this? She asked. Just open it later, I repeated. My daughter's hand was still in mine. She was staring past my mom, past Tara, into the living room. At the balloons. The noise. The table covered in gifts. Like it was a movie she wasn't allowed to watch. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I didn't remind my mom of the times I'd paid her property taxes just to keep her current. I didn't mention the car I helped put a down payment on because the twins needed reliable transportation. I didn't list my sacrifices like receipts at a return counter. I didn't explain. I just turned around. I took my daughter with me, and we walked back down the porch steps. We got into my car at 6:12 p.m. I buckled her in. She stared straight ahead. Eyes shiny. Jaw set. Did I do something wrong? She asked. Quietly. That was the moment I almost broke. I swallowed hard. No, I said. You didn't. This isn't about you. And I meant it. Because in my family, nothing was ever about the person actually standing there. It was about the story they liked telling. We went home. We made grilled cheese. We watched a dumb baking show where everyone cried over undercooked pastry. I let her pick dessert even though it was a Tuesday. At 11:47 p.m., my phone started vibrating like it was possessed. 1 missed call. Then 5. Then 20. Then too many to count. 83 missed calls. Texts stacked on top of each other so fast my screen couldn't keep up. Mom, call me now. Tara, what did you do? Mom, this is not funny. Tara, you can't do this. Unknown number. My aunt, you need to fix this. I looked at the notifications and felt something unexpected. Not triumph. Not satisfaction. Relief. Because the thing that hurt wasn't that they didn't want my daughter at the party. It was that they finally said the quiet part out loud. And once it's out loud, you can stop pretending you misheard. I set my phone face down on the counter, washed the last plate, and went to bed. I wasn't angry. I wasn't cruel. I was just done. My name is Marin. I'm 41. I'm an attorney. Estate planning. Probate. The kind of lawyer people call when someone dies, someone's fighting, or someone suddenly remembers they were promised something. I'm not flashy. I don't drive a sports car. I wear the same 2 suits until the elbows shine. My idea of fun is a clean spreadsheet and a calendar with no surprises. I also have a daughter. Not biologically. Her name is Lily. And she came into my life when she was 4. Lily came into my life when she was 4. My best friend died suddenly. No warning. No long goodbye. Her mother disappeared into what I can only describe as a slow, heartbreaking spiral. The court called it a guardianship at first. Temporary. Then extended. Then, eventually, permanent. The paperwork alone took 18 months. Background checks. Home visits. School interviews. Therapy notes. The kind of scrutiny you'd think only applies to adopting a tiger. My family's response in the beginning was performative warmth. "Oh wow," my mom said when I told her. "That's very you." My dad, before he passed, patted my shoulder and said, "Good of you, son." He meant it kindly. He always did. My sister Tara posted a Facebook status about chosen family and got over 100 likes. In person, it was different. They never said Lily wasn't family. They just treated her like a guest who stayed too long. At holidays, Lily got a generic gift bag. My sister's kids got personalized gifts. Names embroidered. Toys matched to their current interests. Little notes about how proud everyone was of them. Once, Lily called my mom Grandma. My mom smiled gently and corrected her. "Just call me Nana," she said. Then, quieter. Like she didn't think I'd hear. It's simpler. I heard. I always heard. I just kept thinking I could earn my way into being treated normally. That was my first mistake. My second mistake was money. Because I'm good at it. I understand it. I plan it. I don't panic. And in my family, competence reads like availability. My mom still lives in the house I grew up in. The mortgage is mostly paid off. But she's the kind of person who never has cash because everything is so expensive now. Tara is 38. Divorced. Permanently in some kind of crisis that requires immediate funding. She has twins. Ethan and Eli. Good kids. Loud. Sweet. Not at fault. I've been the quiet stabilizer for so long, I forgot what it felt like not to be. Here's a short list of things I paid for in the last 3 years. $3,840. For my mom's property tax shortfall after she forgot to file a senior exemption form. $1,200. For a plumber because the kitchen sink exploded. It was a clogged drain. $6,500. As a bridge loan for Tara when her rent was 1 week late, which turned into 2 months behind. $9,800. For a used Honda Odyssey because the twins need reliable transportation. $412 a month. On autopay for my mom's HOA dues. Because late fees stressed her out. And yes, I know how ridiculous that sounds. I'm literally a lawyer. I read trust documents for a living. I still let my own family treat me like a standing order. Because they had a narrative. Marin is fine. Marin doesn't need anything. Marin's got it handled. And I was stupid enough to play my role. The pattern was always the same. They'd ask small, then bigger, then act like it was normal. If I hesitated, I'd get a sigh, a pause, a little guilt seasoning. My mom's favorite line was, "I just thought you'd want to help." Tara's favorite line was, "You don't even have real expenses." Which is a fun thing to say to someone raising a kid alone. What bothered me wasn't the money itself. It was the way they talked about it like it belonged to them. Like my work was a family resource. Not my life. Then came the subtle stuff with Lily. At the twins' birthday parties, Lily was asked to help instead of play. Hand out napkins. Carry plates. Be a big helper. At Thanksgiving, Lily was put at the kids' table. But not with the cousins. Off to the side. On a folding chair. Because there wasn't room. When I addressed it, my mom did the same dance every time. "Oh, Marin, don't be sensitive," she'd say. "You know we love her." Different how? I asked. She never answered that part. Then last spring, my mom called me crying. Not sniffly crying. Full performance. "She's going to lose the house," she said. My heart dropped. I drove over. Sat at her kitchen table. Pulled up her mortgage portal on my laptop. Because she doesn't understand all that. The truth came out in 10 minutes. She wasn't losing the house. She'd taken out a home equity line of credit 3 years earlier. Quietly. Signed paperwork she didn't read. Used it to help Tara through the divorce. Then kept using it. Because it felt like free money. The balance was $58,000. Minimum payments skipped twice. No foreclosure yet. Just consequences approaching at a normal walking pace. I asked her very calmly, "Why didn't you tell me about this when you took it out?" She wiped her cheeks and said, "Because I knew you'd judge me." I didn't judge her. I fixed it. I refinanced the HELOC into a structured repayment plan. I made the first lump payment to stop the delinquency. $12,000 from my savings. I told myself it was a one-time rescue. It wasn't. After I covered the HELOC, Tara started texting me like I was her bank's customer service line. "Did Mom tell you about the house? Are you handling it? Because we can't have Mom stressed. The twins feel it." That last line was the dagger. Using the kids to keep me in place. That's when I started keeping notes. Not because I was plotting. Because I was tired of feeling crazy. Dates. Amounts. Conversations. I even started saving screenshots. The moment that finally shifted something in me happened on an ordinary Thursday. Tara called and said, "Hey, we're doing Mom's birthday at her place. You can cover the catering, right? It'll be like 900, maybe 1200. Don't make it weird." "Why am I covering catering?" I asked. Silence. Then the sigh. "Because you always do." Like that was a moral argument. I said I'd bring food instead. She laughed. Actually laughed. "You're really going to nickel and dime Mom on her birthday?" I stared at the framed certificate on my office wall. The one that represented being the first in my family to finish college. Then law school. Then build a career cleaning up other people's messes. And my own family thought I was cheap because I didn't want to be invoiced for my own exclusion. 2 days later, Tara sent a message to the group chat. Theme is grandkids. Everyone bring a baby or toddler photo of your kid. Lily didn't have baby photos like that. Her early years lived in case files and foster paperwork. I texted Tara privately. "Can we do a different theme? Lily doesn't have those photos." She replied, "Then she can just help decorate." It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. That phrase is how people step on you and call it weather. That night, I opened a folder on my computer. Family. And inside it, I started organizing things the way I organize client cases. Bank transfers. Auto-pay confirmations. Venmo notes. Emails. Texts. Because here's what nobody tells you about being the responsible one. People don't thank you for being stable. They punish you for it. My dad died 2 years ago. Heart attack. Sudden. No warning. Before he passed, he asked me to draft his estate plan. Not because he didn't trust anyone else. Because he trusted me. There was a family trust. Nothing extravagant. But enough that it mattered. The trust held the house my mom lives in. A brokerage account. A life insurance payout. My mom was named income beneficiary. I was named trustee. Not Tara. Not my mom. Me. At the time, I thought it was administrative. Pay bills. Distribute funds. Keep the lights on. I didn't see it as leverage until I had to. After the Grandkids theme text, I scheduled a consult with another attorney in my firm. Fiduciary litigation. I paid like a normal client. I wanted clean advice. He looked at my notes and said, "Marin, you're not just a daughter here. You're a fiduciary." That word snapped everything into focus. Duty. Neutrality. Documentation. I separated everything. I canceled my personal autopays. HOA. Utilities. Everything. I created a written trust distribution policy. Clear. Boring. Exactly how it should be. I notified my mom in writing. Calm. Firm. Certified mail. Then I waited. Because people always show you who they are the moment you stop making things easy. The explosion came after the birthday party. The envelope got opened. The calls came. The accusations followed. When I walked into my mom's living room the next morning, it felt like a war room. "What is wrong with you?" Tara snapped. I didn't raise my voice. The cruel part, I said, was telling a 9-year-old she wasn't family at the door. They said I was twisting it. Overreacting. Punishing them. I said no. "I'm not punishing anyone," I said. "I'm stopping." The texts came for days. Anger. Guilt. Concern. I didn't respond. Because the real power of boundaries isn't the speech. It's the structure. It's been 11 months. My finances are quieter now. Not richer. Quieter. I sleep better. I don't flinch when my phone buzzes. And the thing I didn't expect? Lily laughs more. Because kids feel safety like temperature. They don't need speeches. They need consistency. Here's what I learned the hard way. In some families, your value isn't who you are. It's what you provide. And the moment you stop providing, they act like you changed. You didn't. You just stopped compensating for their choices. This wasn't a win. It wasn't revenge. It was an exit from a role I never agreed to play. And anyone who can exclude your child at the door doesn't get to keep a key to your life. That's it. That's the lesson. And honestly, it's the first birthday gift I ever gave myself. That actually lasted.